And we are live. We are live to talk some boxing. Apologies for the clearing of a throat. Very unprofessional of me, but it is what it is. We'll talk some boxing. Obviously, this past weekend, Chris Eubank Jr. defeated Liam Smith by a 10th round stoppage. Aside from that, there really wasn't too much going on this weekend. And coming up, I've probably done I've actually probably picked a bad time to do this because I don't think there's any fights this weekend coming up. Am I right? I don't think there's any fights of consequence, certainly. I guess the biggest fight coming up is Charlo Canelo. That's on the 30th of September. I can't lie, I'm not really into that fight. Not really looking forward to it. I've got a thought in my mind how it goes. I think, Jamel Charlo is going to be live for 4, maybe 5 rounds. And I think you'll see that guy gas out quick, carrying the extra weight, the extra muscle, the extra poundage. I think that'll take away from his overall style. The speed, the explosiveness. And I think it's going to catch up to him in that fight. I know he's a big guy naturally who cuts down a lot of weight, but we've never seen him fight with that weight in a pro fight, that extra weight. And it's not going to be water weight. It's not going to be fat. It's going to be a lot of muscle. So I've got a feeling Jamel Charlo is going to gas very quickly in that fight. Big up JD. What's up, JD? What's up, G-Man? Yeah, by the way, if you're good for Wednesday, I'll be ready. I'll be good. Bro, the Dave Allen videos, man. See, that's the sort of direction I want to take the channel in. Don't get me wrong. I'll always do my prediction videos, things like that. But I want to do more sort of commentary style videos like that, where we really kind of deconstruct certain fighters, certain narratives. I had fun with those videos, I can't lie. A few people got upset, but that's what I'm really looking for, to tell you the truth. And again, it's not one of those things to get clicks. I genuinely meant every word I said about Dave Allen. And at the end of the day, I'm right as far as I'm concerned. I'm right when it comes to Dave Allen. The guy is a bum. Big up to Shazar. Big up to Shazar. Thanks for always having fair and unbiased boxing takes. Keep up the good work. Well, thank you, man. Dave Allen's a good fucking case study. The people encouraging Dave Allen, saying what I said was harsh, this, that, and the third. The people who encourage Dave Allen, that is toxic positivity because that guy is going to get seriously fucking hurt. He's going to get turned into a fucking vegetable, a fruit smoothie is what he's going to get turned into. Now, on one hand, you can't call him out for being lazy. You can't call him out for acting like a bum. But these same fans will complain about, or they'll cry about fighter safety when they're encouraging the guy to get in the ring out of shape against heavyweights. Make it make sense. It's toxic positivity. These dorks online, oh, you can't say that, you can't say this, you can't say that. Come on, man. I'm sick of this fucking scene. But the last couple of weeks, man, I've seen some things in the YTBC that honestly has made me lose the will to be quite as level-headed. I'll be real. I see all these dorks online who masquerade as boxing historians, this, that, and the third. Listen, bro. You can recite fucking Joe Lewis's 7th title defense, how he won, who he beat, this, that, and the third. You can recite fucking Sugar Ray Robinson's 5th opponent, where it was, how he won, etc. Cool. Listen, man, if you don't know what a low blow is, you don't know shit. I don't care whether you know about some next fucking fight from 60 years ago. Rain Man could tell me that. And these guys act like they're boxing experts. These men can't even break down what a low blow is. So-called boxing historians. It makes me laugh, bro. This whole scene is fucking clapped. Absolutely clapped. Kyle Webley, what's up? Big up to yourself. Big up to yourself. Yeah, bro. That's this generation, though. To be lazy, slovenly, gluttonly, and just expect things to come for you. That is perfectly acceptable now. It's not about a lack of ability with Dave Allen. That's not my complaint. You know, I would never call a guy like Kamil Sakalovsky a bum. He's got a losing record, but guess what? He trains. He turns up in shape. He comes to fight when he's overmatched. A bum to me is how I would use the term in real life. If someone's lazy, they're a bum, they're a dosser. You know, that's what it is. And that's why I use that term to describe Dave Allen. He's a bum, lazy. What's up, Iceman? How you doing? Yeah, I need to announce my lives earlier. I know, man. I don't really do any time frame on this channel, like any schedules. Yeah, Junto Nakatani, very good fighter, sorry. I think he is the best fighter at super flyweight. I think he'll beat everybody in that weight class, my good sir. Um yeah, he's got a fight coming up soon against Cortez. Cortez is like respectable, I guess. You know, gave Estrada a good fight a couple of years ago, but Nakatani should beat Cortez relatively comfortably. I think he'll take some rounds to do it, but he'll stop him. But honestly, I think Junto Nakatani is the best fighter at super flyweight. He's tall. He's 5'7.5", I believe, at super flyweight. He's a southpaw. He's got long reach. He moves well. He hits hard. Great accuracy. Great counters. Good fighter. Exactly. Kamil Sakalovsky worked full time. He worked full time, and he was still in better shape than Dave Allen. And I get that, you know, heavyweights, it's not a body beautiful division. You know, sometimes a guy can look a little ropey, but he can still do his thing. That's not Dave Allen. To me, it's blatantly apparent he doesn't train hard enough. Jody High Roller, what's up? Yeah, that's a crazy story, by the way, about Bomac getting caught with a gun in Manchester Airport. I'm a black American, but these guys really think Bomac got set up in the UK, as if he didn't have a rap sheet already. The bias is out of control. Yeah, I don't really understand the motive anyway for setting him up. He trained Eubank to beat Liam Smith. Eubank was the A-side fighter, the bigger money fighter. What's the motivation for setting up Bomac? It was a fight between two British guys. It makes no sense. First and foremost, that whole thing makes no sense to me. Did he bring the gun into the UK and it wasn't found? And then he tried to take it back out and it was found? I don't get I don't get this case. I'll be real. How did he get that gun in the UK? Is that what he did? Maybe his security team had like a concealed, like a license to carry while in the UK. I'm not sure whether security can I'm not sure whether security guards can carry in the UK if they're licensed. I don't know whether they can or not. Maybe he had security that were carrying and they mixed up bags. I don't know. But it's a weird case. He must have brought the gun into the UK. The only other thing I can think of, right, is like maybe did Bomac buy some sort of antique gun in the UK that he thought would be no problem, and he tried to get it out, and that's what happened. I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird case. Yeah, facts, BG London. Facts. Guns, yeah, guns. I agree, Nordic. Guns should be legal. I agree. Yeah, Dave Allen is a bit of a grifter who gets opportunities without earning them. I totally agree. Yeah, Bomac doesn't know gun laws. It seems that way, man. Okay, so I think Bomac has a license to carry in Nebraska. Also, how did he get the gun into the country? Laugh out loud. Well, yeah, that makes you ask a few questions, doesn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if there's more to that case than meets the eye. You would have to be, listen, this guy's up for trainer of the year. If he genuinely brought that gun into the UK knowingly, he's idiot of the year. That's ridiculous. Yeah, maybe he was on some lock, stock, and two smoking barrels vibes. He brought some like antique fucking shotgun, tried to take it out. Who knows? Why would an antique be loaded? That's a great shout. I never knew that, you see. I swear in the UK, possession of a gun, possession of a firearm is, I want to say it's like 5 years for the firearm. And I think then they can like penalize you for every bullet you have. Something like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's a crazy case, man. I would not be surprised if there's something more, if there's like some weird explanation to it. It just seems like so stupid it can't be true. Who is that stupid? Yeah, he did. Yeah, Clark was low blowing like shit in that fight. And he literally didn't need to. Like, Dave Allen wasn't throwing any shots. Yeah, it's a strange case, Virtuoso. It's a very strange case. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I really couldn't believe it when I saw it. Yeah, I think he's he's definitely going to be locked up till October. Is how it seems. But yeah, that's a crazy case, man. That's a crazy case. Bro, I'm always super careful when I pack my suitcase when I go abroad or come back from abroad. Because, you know, all of my holidays so far have been like lads' holidays. You know, we get up to some shit, is what it is. And I always double check my fucking suitcases to make sure I haven't got anything I shouldn't have. Do you know what I mean? Well, I agree, Mike. I agree. This gives an insight into why traveling is such a psychological nightmare for Romero bums, absolutely scared to leave their comfort zone. Maybe that's why he was strapped up. Maybe that's why he was strapped up. But that's what I'm saying. Surely somebody can't be that stupid. I mean, some people are really that insular, though. Some people really are that insular. Packed the strap by accident, yeah. Did you hear that Spence and Derek James may go their separate ways? If so, then that'll be dumb. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Spence is done, to tell you the truth. That rematch is going to tank. If that rematch were to happen, that's going to tank. And if it does happen, man, listen, just vacate the titles, go to 154, get it out of the way. Because Terrence said he's not willing to fight the up-and-comers like Jaron Ennis. So I've got no interest seeing that fight at 147. I've got no interest in that fight at all. But that fight's going to happen again. Vacate the titles. Vacate the titles. Let these other guys fight for the vacant belts, whether it be Ennis, Stanionis, etc. And see where those guys end up. Because he did say that on Joe Rogan that he wouldn't fight Ennis or the fight didn't interest him. So with that being said, why not just vacate? Bro, it was the way he looked, man, Nigel. He looked absolutely dreadful to the point to me where it looked like he was compromised as a fighter. Now we can speculate in regards to why the reasonings behind that is, but to me he looked compromised. Was it just weight, or was it something more sinister, more serious? I heard it's end of the year, maybe New Year's Eve. I heard, but he should get that fight. Yeah, he should take that fight and get it done, collect those belts. And he's talking after that about fighting Luis Neri and Casemiro. Good fights. I wouldn't mind those fights, especially Casemiro, because that fight should have happened at bantamweight, but we got the Paul Butler fight instead. So listen, I want to see Inoue beat Tapales and then fight Casemiro, then maybe move up. Yeah, that's true, BG. Yeah, that really is one of the most America things I've heard lately. Morbidly obese man that is carrying. Was he so stupid he felt he was still in America? Possibly. Yeah, I mean, if you listen, when I watched that fight live, obviously it was super late for me, like 5 a.m. That fight started. Had a few drinks, which I don't usually do these days. Had a few drinks. I was up all night. So seeing it live and seeing it in the state I saw it, I couldn't really ascertain what went on. But watching it back, it was clear that one guy was compromised in Errol Spence. And yeah, I mean, I don't see how you can see that fight through sober eyes and say that was a prime 100% Errol Spence. I don't. He's going to get fucked up. I told a hood rat in high school that I was going to Europe for vacation. She asked me how long the train ride was. Bro. Some people really are that stupid. Yeah, listen, man, there's some people out there who can't name 5 countries in the world. I've seen these videos going around, and I hope they're fake, and I hope they are just for social media likes and clicks, where people go around interviewing others in the streets, and they'll ask somebody, "Oh, name 5 countries," and they'll come out with like Tokyo, London. Like, it's bro. I refuse to believe people are that dumb. But maybe I'm just being a little too hopeful. Yeah, I think he will as well, Reese. I think he will as well. He'll beat Tapales. I think he'll beat Casemiro, and then yeah, move up. Rebase Ramirez could be a good fight, as could Bernardo Lopez, who's a good fighter. A fight that may actually generate some interest if Inoue keeps on going through the weights would be Navarrete. I think Navarrete is an interesting fighter because I see a guy in Navarrete who's got unbelievable physical gifts. He's tall, he's long, he's very awkward. He's actually got really good athleticism. But I always feel there's another level to him that we've not seen yet. Just by adding a consistent jab, for example, to Navarrete would make him so much more effective. I just feel there's more to come from Navarrete. I don't think he's at his best yet. Whether his trainer gets that out of him, I don't know. But I just see a fighter in Navarrete who's got another level to go. And yeah, him and Inoue, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens in the distant future. But Navarrete right now is, to me, one of the shining lights in Mexican boxing, certainly. Okay, so Bomax also got drug dealing charges. See, I never knew that. I don't know anything about these guys, honestly, outside the ring. After Tapales, I think Inoue and Loma should fight ASAP at 126. That'll be a good fight. Yeah, I'd watch it. Maybe at 128, maybe a catch weight. Yeah, we'll see what he does next, Nordic. We'll see what he does next. I still wouldn't mind seeing a. Do you know what? I'd actually like to see if Tim Zhu beats Brian Mendoza for the vacant WBO. I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. Yeah, I think Navarrete's underrated. Yeah, I do. Not underrated. I think he's now probably where he should be. But I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a good fighter. Oh, there is people that dumb in America. I think they're everywhere, bro. Unfortunately. Bro, yeah, that's a lot of money to be spending, JD. I'm in a debate. I've started catching an Uber from work every day because I love getting home ASAP, but it's over £200 more monthly than getting the bus. Bro, you need to be getting on that bus, bro. You need to be getting on that bus. £200 is nothing to sniff at. 2,400 quid over the year. That's a holiday, that's a whatever you want to do with it. Bro, Sean Strickland, yeah, he's not going to beat Izzy. He's too slow, too cumbersome. Yeah, Barrera was a very good boxer. Yeah, good solid fundamentals. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I was a boxer and I saw that guy was a trainer, that would put me off in itself. That the guy being that big, that obese, it would put me off. I wouldn't train with a guy like that if I was a pro fighter. I'm not saying he doesn't know his stuff, but yeah, big up. At least Bomac will lose some weight now. Yeah, Bomac's prison diet. He'll start fucking selling DVDs. How I lost 200 pounds in fucking 5 years. Yeah, Jesus Ramos is a very good fighter at 154. Very, very interesting fighter at 154. He's fighting what's dude's name? Erickson Lubin coming up. I think he's going to put the beats on Erickson Lubin. Lubin's taken some bad beatings so far. I think Ramos puts the final nail in the coffin. Ramos is a good fighter. People should check him out. I'm trying to figure out what he's like. There's a fighter in mind he reminds me of, but I can't for the life of me remember the comparison. But he's a really well-rounded fighter, Ramos, at 154. Very young as well. Very young as well. I think he's like 22. That's a great way, yeah, cycling to work. I've not ridden a bike in so long. Well, not that kind of bike anyway. Jordan Thompson being fed to Jay Opataya. Yeah. I mean, I think he'll get knocked out, bro. Thompson is a tall, rangy guy, carries a bit of power in his straight punches, but seems a bit chinny to me. A bit chinny, very inexperienced. I'd imagine he gets knocked out by Opataya. Yeah, Dave Allen has the most mongoloid fans in the sport, I swear. I got into a Twitter argument back in 2019 because one genuinely believed he would take Wilder and drown him. That's what we're dealing with, bro. That's what we're dealing with. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. He may do, actually, Albanian boxer. Yeah, he won this weekend very quick. Yeah, are their jumpsuits big enough for Bomac? I'd imagine he'd look like a giant pumpkin. Oh, man. Yeah, fortunately for him, we don't have orange jumpsuits out here. But yeah, he's going to be on that struggle diet. Mind you, man, these guys get fed 3 times a day. I'm sure Bomac's going to be doing favors in the prison. He'll be getting other people's meals. You know, maybe for like a half-hour training session with inmates, they'll give him their fucking Mars bar, whatever. He'll be fine, I'm sure. I'm sure he's resourceful. Yeah, Ramos versus Lubin is what I'm looking for. Him versus you or Virgil is what I want to see, yeah. Yeah, Ramos is a guy who's got very good fundamentals, very good guard, good body puncher, like an actual body puncher, not a dick puncher. Good jab, you know, does all the basics really well, turns his shots over, seems to have good stamina, respectable enough power. He's a good fighter, Jesus Ramos. He's a good fighter. I think he'll go far. I've heard a lot about this Elijah Garcia guy, but I've not seen him fight, I don't think. I don't think I've seen this guy fight. If I have, it's highlights. It's highlights. Okay, he's from Arizona as well. Okay. Honestly, if you just gave the guy water, a water-only diet for 12 months, he probably would still live. Listen, man, I'm sure there's been times in our lives where maybe we've been taking our eye off the ball, you know, at work, probably haven't been eating the best. And I'm sure we've all been through moments in life where, you know, we may have like let ourselves go a little bit. But like, Did he not think, bro, this is getting out of hand at any point in his life? I don't understand how anybody gets that big without like a severe medical condition. I just don't understand how somebody gets that big. I really don't. I can't imagine how it feels carrying that weight around. Sweating grease. Everywhere you go, you need a napkin to rub your forehead. It's like, bro, I can't understand. How do you live like that? Bro, you couldn't even fuck properly. Excuse my French, but how? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Any recommendations for a holiday, Dale? I'm definitely going in 2024. Well, I'm going to go somewhere in 2024 for a stag do. There's a few destinations in mind. Latvia, Poland, where else? Amsterdam, somewhere in Spain. We don't know yet, basically. I'm kind of fancying Poland, but Apology Man, nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Yeah, you basically are at that size. You are living like Jabba the Hutt. Like Bomac is like just before the size where you become immobile. He's teetering on the edge. And considering he does what he does, like I'm sure training, like even if it's like holding the pads up, things of that nature, surely he's relatively active. I don't understand. I'd love to see this guy's diet. Albania could be a good shout. Could be a good shout. That's a great shout, Taylor. Yeah, Bomac and Johnny Fisher Sr. need to go on one of those TV weight loss shows. Yeah. It's madness. It's absolute madness. Gluttony, my good sir, is one of the 7 deadly sins. But it does, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. I judge the obese. Overweight is whatever, but obese people ought to be refused service at restaurants and supermarkets. Sorry, sir, you've had enough. Oh, that's hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. It's crazy. But body positivity and fat shaming and all that. Which makes no sense. I don't understand how you can't shame somebody who doesn't feel shame anyway. So if you call somebody out on their obesity and they get upset, it's because deep down they are ashamed. You can't shame somebody who's not ashamed. Yeah, I think he's fighting like an 8-rounder, Jermaine Ortiz, which is quite weird because I felt he put up a good account of himself against Lomachenko. He did a pretty good job. And I really wanted to see him build on that. But I'm just assuming it's because Jermaine Ortiz is one of those guys who is not well known. He's not a big name. He's kind of risky. So he's probably not going to get those opportunities. That's the thing with a guy like Jermaine Ortiz. He's kind of risky with no fan base. But yeah, I think Top Rank should do something with him. I think he's a decent fighter. Joet Gonzalez is a good fighter, but he's always one of those guys who comes up short. I think, listen, I think Lopez beats him. He'll give it a good shot, but yeah, he'll get overwhelmed, I think. Yeah, the prison diet might be the solution. Yeah, there's a documentary called Can't Stop Eating about people with a severe food addiction called Prader-Willi syndrome. It's unintentionally hilarious, but at the same time sad. It's interesting. Okay, I'll give it a look. I actually felt it was good matchmaking, Kevin Fuentes. I actually felt it was good matchmaking by the promoter. Adam Azim's been fed stiffs, basically, where he's learnt nothing. The guy he was fighting was technically sound, defensively responsible, a bit taller, a bit longer, more experienced. And Azim won the fight, but he was made to work for it, and he went all 10 rounds. I think that fight's going to serve him well down the line. You know, he should go back and watch it, learn from it. Should be good experience going forwards. I think it was good matchmaking, to be honest. That's one thing Ben Shalom hasn't done a good job at, is matchmaking with his prospects, but that was good matchmaking. People are saying Azim didn't look that good, and yeah, he had his struggles, but he's early 20s, he's 9-0. It is what it is to me. We'll see how he progresses from there. I never saw that fight, JD, but I heard it was a good fight. Joe Cordina's definitely up there, I believe, boxing learner. Nick Ball, it is way too early to tell. He's a fun fighter, hard puncher, good pressure fighter, but he needs to do something at a higher level. No, I'll watch the highlights for next day. Or if I'm free, I will find a live stream and watch it for free. Yeah, I remember that, yeah, when Terence Crawford, his wife got called out by Tyan Booth, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, Cordina's good, though. Cordina's good. He's fighting soon, but I don't think he's got an opponent. But I like his attitude. He was kind of complaining about Eddie Hearn a couple of months ago. He was kind of insinuating he wasn't happy that Hearn was trying to force the Zelfa Barrett fight on him, and he'd rather go for a unification. I quite liked that, and I quite liked he put it out publicly as well. Crawford is a feeder and an enabler. Christ. Yeah, Michaela Meyer has that look about her, don't she? Yeah, like a HR worker, like a proper busybody. But I'm not, like, Michaela Meyer's not my type, to tell you the truth. Not at all. Not interested in the slightest, BG London. Not interested in the slightest. Michael Taylor, hey Blue, I'm a big Lomachenko fan. What do you think he should do next? 2 attempts at undisputed, and he's 35 with good talent around him. Would hate to see him start getting beat. For me personally, I think the best fight for Lomachenko, for him and for fans, would be a fight with Navarrete at 130. I think that's the best fight for him. It's a very hard fight, because don't rule out Navarrete. It's a very hard fight, but stylistically, man, that fight would be amazing to watch. That'd be an amazing fight. And Lomachenko, listen, man, he will have his hands full against Navarrete. I'm not really interested in a Kambosos fight, to tell you the truth. I'd rather see Loma go back down to 130 and try and fight Navarrete. Navarrete, on some people, well, for some people, I've seen Navarrete in pound-for-pound lists now, so he's a good opponent. He's a good opponent. If I could pick any fight for Loma, that'll be it. Navarrete at 130. As for fighting Kambosos, quite frankly, I've got no interest in seeing Kambosos fight anyone, let alone Lomachenko. That's nonsense, Albanian boxer. Campbell Hatton fighting Rishat Mati. That's nonsense. What's up, Lee? How you doing, bro? Yeah, Joyce Zhang 2 this month. Yeah, end of the month. That's coming around quick. That's coming around quick. I've got no idea where to go on that one. I can't lie. I've got no idea where to go on it. Have to think about it. I want to see Joe Joyce come in a bit heavier this time and not lose so much weight like he did last time. I think he came in too light last time, personally. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Kambosos at all. See, I'm not sure what's real and what's fake, bro, when it comes to this Shakur Haney thing. I'm not really sure what's going on, to tell you the truth. I'm not really sure what's going on. I've not really looked at it. I'd say 65-35 is about fair. I'd love to see it, but isn't that too much of a risk for Lomachenko? What's the upside? I think beating Navarrete would be a very good win for Lomachenko, resume-wise. Another world title. Again, on some people's pound-for-pound lists, Navarrete is starting to creep in. He's on that sort of periphery of top 10 pound-for-pound level in a lot of people's opinions. He's a champion. He's on good form, coming off the biggest win of his career. Stylistically, it makes sense, I think, in regards to a TV fight. I think it's a great fight. I think it's a great fight for me. I would love to see it. That's the fight I would make if I was Bob Arum. Or I tried to push for it anyway. I tried to push for it. Yeah, Cordina Loma is a fun fight. Cordina versus Navarrete is a great fight. That fight to me would come down to, in regards to Cordina's chances, if he can't hurt Navarrete, he's not going to win. He can't beat Navarrete if he doesn't hurt him. But if he can hurt Navarrete, he's got a shot. He's got a shot. Yeah, Errol Spence needs to sit down. Yeah, Haney doesn't want to be great because almost everyone felt he lost against Lomachenko, yet won't do a rematch like Mayweather would do anytime he had a close fight. Well, Haney, we'll see what Haney does. It looks like he's fighting Prograis, which, if you gave me that fight 12 months ago, I would be very excited. But we saw how Prograis looked last time out. Maybe that was because Zarria was super negative, and I felt he won the fight, by the way. I felt Prograis won. But yeah, it wasn't a great performance by Prograis. Is he on the slide? I'm not sure. He certainly got the power to really hurt Haney. I'm not convinced by Haney's chin, because if you're backpedaling that much against a midget in Lomachenko, to me that's not a good look. We saw the guy get rocked to his boots by Linares. Even Jojo Diaz made him reset a few times. Lomachenko made him reset. So it's like, bro, I don't know, man. Thing is with Devin Haney, to me, I think the guy's got talent, but he fights with too much fear for me to get behind him. I don't like beta styles. Now, and to me, he's got a beta style. You can be a technical boxer with speed and foot movement and still be aggressive. Sugar Ray Leonard was a monster when he wanted to be, right? But there's too many... this beta style of boxing, I think it's gone out of fashion. I don't think it's ever going to be a draw again. Mayweather really kind of broke that code. He utilized it for himself, but I don't think it's going to... I don't think that's going to sell again. I really don't. I don't think it's going to sell again. Because ultimately, that's not what the casuals want to see. And I can admire defensive prowess and controlling a fight from the jab. I get it. But at the same time, you know, you got to put something on those shots. You got to go through the gears a little bit. I hope he does. Apology. I hope he does. I would want to see him adopt a pressure style against Devin Haney. You know how Prograis can use the upper body movement, the head movement. He'll get low. He'll try and close the distance. I want to see Prograis fight in that style. I don't really want to see Prograis try and box with Haney. I want to see him try to pressure. I want to see him pressure Devin Haney and try to get those power shots off, try and get to that body. It's hard to see. It's hard to say where Prograis is at based on that last fight. Fight before he looked good against Zepeda, but maybe it was just an off night. Maybe was it one of those things where like he kind of tried to like lull in an opponent to get somebody to fight him? I don't know. But he needs to improve for his next fight, regardless of who he fights. I saw Subriel Matias as well. He was calling out Devin Haney. He basically said what I said. He kind of called out Haney's style. Called it a chicken style. He was Lee, yeah. But so that's what Haney's going to do, though, isn't he? So it's like it doesn't really fill you. It doesn't fill you with confidence if he goes into that Haney fight. Get out of here, BG London. Get out of here. Watching that crap. BG London's turning into a Furyite. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. To be fair, though, like, bro, I don't know. Who's texting me, bro? Let's have a look. Hang on. Guilty pleasure. Listen, we all have our guilty pleasures. What up-and-coming fights interests you? It's a great question, mate. I don't really know what's coming up. Aside from Charlo versus Canelo, which I don't really care for all that much. I don't really know what's coming up. Tyson Fury versus fucking Ngannou. Okay, so Prograis admitted he was out drinking the night before, as it was his hometown fight in New Orleans. If that is true, that is poor. Yeah, that's a great fight, bro. If that fight gets made, Matias versus Ergashev would be pure violence. Pure violence. They're two guys I can get behind. I like their styles. I want to see Ergashev take that next step. He's a good fighter, though. He looks dangerous. I would favor Matias based on the experience, because he's had this sort of fight before when he fought Junkunbayev, because Junkunbayev was very highly touted going into that Matias fight. A lot of people were picking Junkunbayev to win, but he dealt with him and dealt with him quite well. That's a great fight, though. I think Ergashev is better than Junkunbayev, personally. I do. But we need to see it. We need to see it. I feel like he's not fought in a minute as well, Ergashev. Yeah, that's a silly comparison when people say that, Michael, yeah. Inoue's resume is clearly better. He's fought more ranked opponents. He's fought more champions. He's been undisputed. He's been unified. He's been through more weight classes, winning real world titles. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, to be fair, Prograis had several chances to jump on Zorrilla, but he didn't for some reason. Yeah. He was caught in the first round. I wonder whether that shot kind of maybe made him respect Zorrilla, because Zorrilla can punch a bit. He is a bit of a mover, but he can punch. Maybe that shot just kind of put him in his place kind of thing. Yeah, that's a good take actually. Ergashev's defense at close range is poor. He maintains the distance well at long range, but up close it will cost him against Matias. That's basically how I see it, bro. On the outside, I can see him outboxing Matias, but it's when Matias gets close, and you have to really discourage Matias. You can catch him with a few good shots. He's going to keep on coming. He's going to keep on coming. I've seen a few of yours, Nordic, like the Frampton comments. See, I'm not really sure what went on with Frampton and Barry McGuigan. I've not researched it in the slightest, to tell you the truth. I've not researched it. I get sick of fucking researching fucking drug cartels, man. Any validity to the claim that Liam weighed 204 pounds going into Eubank 2 camp? At 5'9", that'll be hard to hide. Certainly. I do wonder, Liam Smith was poor that fight. There's no doubt about it. One thing I'm certain of was that Eubank wasn't drained. I was convinced he was drained in that last fight because of the quick turnaround after the Conor Benn fallout. Probably didn't have time to cycle back on because he obviously wasn't using for the Conor Benn fight being the B-side. Probably didn't have time to cycle back on, as well as training to make that catch weight for the Conor Benn fight. I think it all came up and caught him in that first Liam Smith fight. We saw what happened. I think in the rematch, Eubank was much healthier. But Liam Smith, again, there was something up. We saw the ankles go numerous times throughout the fight. According to, I think it was Andy Clark, the ring was soft in spots, and Liam Smith was wearing boots that didn't have like the high ankles, and he kept on rolling his ankles as he was moving forwards. So I don't know whether he hurt his ankle, because it happened in round 2 where he tried to throw a right hand, I think it was, and he rolled his lead ankle. So I'm not sure, man. The whole weight thing, I don't know, man. I don't know. I've not seen any pictures of him. Because they were supposed to fight in... When were they supposed to fight? It was they fought in January. So let's say May, June. He was obviously training up until then, until he got injured. And then what? In a few weeks, he put on all that weight. The weight thing seems a bit... Yeah, it seems a bit sus to me, I can't lie. The weight thing seems a bit sus. It seems a bit sus. Yeah. Yeah, Crawford's not a small guy at all. He looked bigger to me. Well, he looked more filled out to me than Errol Spence on fight night. Does Eubank beat any Charlo? Not Jamel. Jamal, maybe, because Jamal hasn't fought in 2 years. And he looked trash last time he fought. Plus, he's having all of these mental health breaks and this, that, and the third. So who knows with Jamal Charlo? What other fights did he do it in constantly throughout the fight? There were numerous times when he would roll his ankles as he was coming forwards. What other fights did he do it in? And I'll watch. Yeah, Bivol is definitely not a big light heavyweight. He could probably make 68. Yeah, he could probably make 68. Yeah, Bomac's locked up, bro. Don't feed Bomac, fucking hell. I've not noticed it before, to be honest with you, Gene. I've not noticed it before, so... No, but when I say he rolls his ankles, it's a balance thing. He loses balance when he does it. It's not a habit. It's not a habit. It's not like a tick. He was literally on unsteady feet in that fight. Yeah, I really wish Jamel didn't get the Canelo fight. Crawford versus Jamel at 154 would have had a great build up. Yeah. Plus there was Jamel versus Tim Tszyu, which I was really looking forward to. But we're not going to get that now. So yeah, it is what it is. Smith should retire, honestly. Smith should retire. There's no other fights for him. What other fights are there for him? He should retire based on that performance. If he actually went in there and tried his best, he should retire. I agree, Lee. I totally agree. I think Andrade is going to be a bit sneaky, awkward, tricky in the first 4 rounds. He'll actually be throwing a few punches in the first 4 rounds, but Andrade's going to do what he does. After like 3 or 4 rounds, he'll stop throwing punches, he'll start running, he'll start ducking below the waist, holding, etc. But Benavidez is too big to get away with that. He'll walk Andrade down, he'll work. A lot of it's going to look messy, but shots will get through. And eventually he'll start to break down Andrade, I believe. That's the fight where Andrade gets found out, for my money. Oh yeah, I'm picking Bam Rodriguez all day long. Bam all day long over Edwards. Edwards again has too much of a beta style. I don't see how he can outbox Bam Rodriguez over 12 rounds by pot shotting on the back foot in America. It's not going to happen. Plus, even that, Sonny Edwards spends way too much time on the ropes. You saw that against his last opponents. Is it Camper, whatever his name was, who's not a top 10 guy? You know, Camper was finding Sonny Edwards far too easily against the ropes, you know, body, etc. Same thing with Muhammad Wasim. He was doing the same. Alvarado was doing the same. Bro, you can get to Sonny Edwards. And Bam applies a lot more pressure than those guys. He throws better combinations. He's better up close. He's got a better jab. He's quicker, both of hand and foot. Bam's going to go through Sonny Edwards like a doorway. Sonny Edwards, best to get on the best stack known to humankind to have a chance in that fight. He needs to go to fucking Mexico and buy the beef, buy the tea, you know, go to England and eat the wild boar. This guy needs to pull out all the stops. Amazon shopping, man. You better remember to renew. Sorry, you better remember to renew your driving license in 2024. £1,000 fine. Why do you have to renew it? Oh shit! Yeah, I do. I think mine expires next year. That's so fucking such a shit show. Soon have a license for the license. Hands, what's up, bro? Nice to see you, man. Nice to see you. Sonny's one of those guys who doesn't get stopped. I think he will do, Lee. I think he's going to get overwhelmed. I do. I've seen him look uncomfortable in certain fights against guys who are not at the level of Bam Rodriguez. And by the way, I think Bam's a good fighter. I think he's very talented. But I'm not like proclaiming him to be like a future pound for pound great like a lot of people are. That remains to be seen. But he's a lot fresher, a lot quicker, a lot stronger, has a lot more volume than most of Edwards' opponents, all of Edwards' opponents, to be honest. And like Gene said, like Sonny's got zero power. He can't box and move in America and win that fight, man. He can't. Even if like some people think he actually wins for fight 7-5, he's not winning on the cards. He's not winning on the cards. And I don't think Sonny Edwards is good enough to get to the point to where maybe we think it's a robbery. I don't think he's good enough, to tell you the truth. I don't think he's good enough. Bro, Fraser Clark is so uninspiring. I like him as a person, like as an analyst, he's pretty good, but he is so uninspiring. He's so dull. He's got a boring style. He doesn't have much power for a heavyweight. Once again, another guy to me looks out of shape, pushes his punches, not interested. If I was matching Fraser Clark, maybe someone like Gerald Washington, maybe. I don't know. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. Yeah, oh yeah, no doubt the hand history vault, no doubt, yeah. Can you imagine if like Sonny Edwards pulls out a Sven Ottke? You know when Sven Ottke knocked out Anthony Mundine, like one shot? Imagine if Sonny Edwards did that against Bam, like a shot from the gods, just one perfect shot. Can you imagine? Yeah, your fight had a bit of hype, Dumame, from some people. Nakatani would be a hard fight for Bam. A hard fight. If Bam can get inside of that long reach of Nakatani, it could be interesting. But I may favour Nakatani. I think that fight actually depends on where it's at. In Japan, I'd pick Nakatani. In America, maybe I'll pick Bam. I think it's one of those fights. Okay, so the expired license fine starting in 2024. Okay, cool. That sounds like this country, bro. That sounds like this country. Fucking scumbags. Robbing scumbags. £1,000 for having like an expired driving license. Fucking ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. That's... Bro. Madness. Ottke Mundine KO was clinical, set up beautifully with footwork and educated pressure, as well as subtle bodywork. Yeah, and Mundine was doing well in that fight. I've not seen it for a long time, but I remember Mundine boxing well. What do I think about getting married in the modern day? Listen, man, I certainly wouldn't advise people on marriage. I mean, if you think you found the one, you found the one, right? But it's up to you. It's up to you. They still exist, you know, like good women, they still exist. I didn't see it, Garrett. Okay, yeah. Sonny will be a sacrifice like Charlie was to Martinez. You're probably right, to be honest. Yeah, I wonder how long you get to renew it, BG London. Like, I'm sure they'll give you like a good grace period to renew it. Scumbags, man. Same government, though, who tried to fine you over breaking COVID restrictions, right? Even though, whatever. Yeah, we was talking about the Cortez fight. Cortez gave Estrada a pretty good fight not so long ago, a couple of years ago. And I think he'll be resolute for a few rounds against Nakatani. But Nakatani's one of those guys who makes the shots count. Every shot takes something out of you. He's accurate, he's precise, he's sharp, he hits hard. I think Cortez will take a lot of shots until he can't take any more. Kind of similar to the Maloney fight. I've got a late stoppage there for Nakatani. Kenshiro versus Budler. Heki Budler's been a very good fighter for for the best part of 10 years in the lighter weights. I think his time is up. I think he is, he's had a long career. I'll take Kenshiro more than likely on points. I've got Kenshiro on points. I don't think Spence does very well. Personally, I don't think Spence does very well. Bro, what food should you eat if you come to the UK? I mean, listen, man, we're not exactly known for our culinary delights. Honestly, have a nice fish and chips, believe it or not, from a real good fish and chip shop. If you're near the coast, yeah, get a good fish and chip. Yeah, go to a good fish and chip shop. Government can lambiar mis huevos. Sounds good. Sounds good. Martinez late stoppage. Shane Martinez late stoppage. I'm still picking Martinez over Sonny. I know that's like not the popular decision these days. I think he's too much for Sonny. Yeah, UK supermarkets are dead. I've been trying to shop at my local butchers a lot more. The quality is so much fucking better. It's not even funny. It's not even funny, man. It's more expensive. It's like, obviously it's more expensive, but it's nice. I can afford it for now, so why not? I'm struggling with this fight, Shane. This is a fight I'm looking forward to. Leigh Wood versus Josh Warrington. I don't think Warrington deserves a title shot, I will say that. But I am looking forward to the actual fight. It's a good fight. I can literally see it going either way. Leigh Wood is a good boxer puncher. He's a good counter puncher. He carries power on that right hand. He can time you coming in. And as we know, Warrington has had his chin cracked, maybe. Got knocked out by Lara, took some heavy shots against Lopez. He's going to have to pressure Leigh Wood, who's the taller, longer man. And he could walk onto big power shots as Leigh Wood times him coming in. So Leigh Wood could stop Warrington. But if Warrington can get to Leigh Wood's chest and stay there for prolonged periods of time, he can easily outwork Leigh Wood. The only outcome I would be surprised at, as weird as this sounds, is Wood on points. I can see Wood winning by knockout. I can see Warrington winning on points. I'd even put the likelihood of Warrington stopping Wood over Wood winning on points. That may sound crazy. That's a good fight, though. That could go either way. Yeah, that's gone quiet, BG London, the whole Dillian White thing. I think he'll get banned, personally. I think he'll get a ban. But I agree, Sweet G97. I think it's a hard fight to call. I'm low key, yeah. I'm kind of tempted to pick Warrington on points. I'm kind of tempted to pick Warrington. Yeah, definitely find a good fish and chip shop. Yeah, I like steak as well, bro. Not well done, though. Not well done. It's got to be rare. I want to see those juices flowing. But in regards to like individual restaurants, I'm not a restaurant guy, bro. I'm not a high dining type of guy. Put it that way, but yeah, there are some nice steak restaurants here in the UK. Dillian White got cancelled. Yeah, he did. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it. Darren Jones, it's kind of funny, but it's played out now, isn't it? It's played out. Yeah, I think Inoue could beat Leigh Wood. Lee Wood doesn't have the best of chins. He can be hurt. So yeah, Inoue could definitely beat Lee Wood and knock him out. The only issue with Lee Wood is he does carry power. I'm pretty certain, I know it's sparring, but I'm pretty certain Inoue fucked up Lee Wood in sparring. Bet on the draw, both sell tickets. I think so as well. And like I said, Lee, like Wood doesn't have like a granite chin. He doesn't have a granite chin. And I think maybe he could hurt him to the body as well. Oh, yeah, Sweet G, 97. Joshua Wilder. I've got a weird feeling it's not going to happen. What's interesting to me is the narratives now coming out from Team Joshua. Well, Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn is kind of insinuating that he is not where he wants to be with the Saudis in terms of numbers. Which to me is interesting. I don't know. To me, that's interesting. It's almost like he can't blame Wilder or his team, right? Like he can't say, oh, Wilder was pricing himself out. Because I think that's what Eddie would defer to, right? If he could. It's interesting that he's talking about the Saudis not matching the right numbers. Maybe they're getting cold feet. Maybe they're pricing themselves out. I don't know. No, I'm not a fan of Big John Fisher, no. Not a fan. Yeah, Lee Wood is big for 126. He's big, yeah, he is. He's big, yeah. I'd be shocked if Spence Crawford happens in December. I'd be shocked. Brandy Ruiz, man, yeah, he wants 10 million to fight Wilder. I don't think these guys understand how economics work, right? You should really get paid what you bring in, you know? That's how it should be. But there you go. Because if Andy Ruiz wants 10 million, what does Wilder want? 20? So let's say you're outlaying 30 million for both fighters, then the undercard. That it's going to have to do silly pay-per-views. Maybe Lee. It's a good fight though. Oh, you got your Twitter account back. Yeah, I'd watch Tim Tszyu versus Castano. I'd watch that fight. Yeah, I mean, he was supposed to. There was talking about him fighting Buatsi or Dan Aziz. Those fights obviously never happened. They're fighting each other. I'm not sure what's happening with Bivol. I don't think he's injured. He should be wanting to get active, but he's been paid a silly amount of money for the Canelo fight. Even the Gilberto Ramirez fight, he got paid really well. Maybe I think he's probably at that stage where he doesn't want these average title fights. But beggars can't be choosers, right? He should stay active. But there you go. Yeah, like 3 mil, something like that. And then obviously pay-per-view upside. That's what I'm saying. Like, have a low purse guarantee and then have pay-per-view points on the contract. Surely that's how it should work if it's a pay-per-view fight. So, for example, whoever you are, whatever the fighter is, let's say you are a Wilder, and let's say, for argument's sake, he was getting $2 million to fight on regular Showtime per fight. Have $2 million as the base guarantee, and then pay-per-view upside points, because then you're getting paid what you're worth. He certainly displayed a beta style against Canelo. See, I think he could have put it on Canelo. If you look at the last 4 rounds of that Canelo fight, Canelo could barely hold his hands up. He was spent. Sitting on the ropes, he was a sitting dog. But Bivol, touch, 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 touch. There was no emphasis on the punches. There was no going through the gears. You know, when you've got a depleted guy in front of you, I want to see you go through the gears and try and get him out of there. That's what I want to see. So, yeah, Bivol, I've never had Bivol in my top 10 favourite fighters. He wouldn't be in there, for me personally. Again, that's it. His style's a bit too beta. It's frustrating as well because we saw against Ramirez, he actually put some good combinations together and put Ramirez in his place. I want to see more of that. I want to see more of that. Yeah, but Anthony Yard is doing Anthony Yard. He has that fight with Beterbiev where he lost, but, you know, put up a good account of himself. He should be coming back and fighting a top 15 guy. You know, they was talking about a Joe Smith fight. I know Joe Smith is now fighting Ramirez, but Joe Smith would have been perfect for Anthony Yard. Would have been perfect. But yeah, he's fighting Ricky fucking Summers. Crap fight. Absolutely dreadful. Yeah, outside of Fury, Wilder's numbers have been poor. He'll do good numbers against the right opponents, but yeah, he can't carry a pay-per-view on his own back. He can't. And I think the Andy Ruiz fight now has passed its sell-by date. A few years ago, I think that fight would have done actually quite well. You know, closer to when Ruiz beat Joshua, when his name was still hot. I think Ruiz Wilder would have done pretty well back then, but they've waited too long now. They've waited too long, in my opinion. And I was quite into that fight a couple of years ago, Ruiz Wilder. I felt that was a good fight, but yeah, man, it's like, bro, not anymore, not anymore, not anymore. I think Yard is better than British level, to be honest. I do. I don't think a British level guy would have done as well against Beterbiev. And yeah, we could say he only won like 2 rounds, but he was still in that fight. I don't think a British level guy would have done that. Like a Craig Richards, for example, who in my opinion is British level. I don't think Craig Richards would have done as well against a guy like Beterbiev in comparison to Yard. And you can even argue maybe Craig Richards is a bit above British level, but I think Yard is more talented than an average British level fighter. The problem with Yard has been poor matchmaking on the way up. He's not had the right build-up fights. He's not been stepped up incrementally where he's learned things in fights. He's not had real fights on the come-up. He's basically been fed a load of cream puffs. Then he's chucked in there with Kovalev and Beterbiev. I think if you gave this guy a better build-up in his career with a better trainer, he'd be a better fighter. That's what I feel anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, Johnson Yard would have been a good fight. That would have been a good fight. That was the sort of fight Yard needed, in my opinion. That was the sort of fight Yard needed. But he's not had those sort of fights. No, Briedis, I heard Briedis was going to come back at heavyweight. But again, No idea, to tell you the truth. Apparently, Gassiev's fighting soon, though. He's fighting. I think he's going to fight Otto Wallin. So I heard. I don't think it's official yet, though. I don't think it's official yet. Yeah, Okolie does suck. He's trash. He's a guy who just gets by on size and holding. He's got a bit of power, Okolie, but that's it. Yeah, don't get me wrong. He was bested throughout the fight, but he did better than a lot of people expected, I think. This is the big issue with Yard. It's the cherry picking because he's not learning. He's not learning in these fights at all. See, I don't think Dines did it. I don't think he did any better because to me, with Dines, he was surviving better. Yeah, cool, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was showing as much ambition as Yard personally. I don't think he was showing as much ambition as Yard. Like there were times when Yard actually made Beterbiev reset, kind of caught him with some good punches, which Beterbiev felt he wasn't hurt, but he felt the shots. Dines to me was just surviving. Benavidez, I have no idea at 75 what he's going to be like because he does rely a lot on size at 68. Vodzik definitely did better than Yard, yeah. Yeah, people see it's a weird one. People go way too far when they said Anthony Yard did the best against Beterbiev. He did better than anybody. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Yeah, Vodzik did far better. Vodzik did far better. Zhang versus Joshua was a good fight right now. I can't lie. I don't think they'll go anywhere near Zhilei Zhang though. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what he does against Joe Joyce in the rematch. I think that could go either way. I do think Joyce can win the rematch. I do. For me, Joyce in that fight needs to get the earmuffs up, get the high guard up, try and evade those straight shots, soak it up, come in a bit heavier, and then try to put it on Zhang as that fight progresses. Because Zhang starts fast, but he doesn't close fights well, even against Hrgovic. And I felt he won that fight. But even against Hrgovic won more of a late rounds than Zhang did. Zhang kind of faded in that fight as well. He faded badly, obviously, in the Jerry Forrest fight. Now, I know there was something wrong with him that night, but it appears to be a trend with Zhang. For me, Joyce needs to get past those first six rounds and then start to turn the heat up. So for me, yeah, Joe Joyce high guard in that fight. High guard, high guard, high guard, jab, jab, jab. Don't overexert. Don't over, don't try and throw silly combinations early. Just keep it on the jab early and high guard. Yeah, I don't rate Hrgovic anymore. I was interested in Hrgovic when he turned pro because I liked what I saw in the amateurs, but yeah, he's not translated. He's not translated at all. Well, apparently, I think that will happen. I heard he had a rematch clause, but how true that is, I don't know. But who's going to want to see it again? Who's going to want to see it again? If I'm Boxer, if I'm Ben Shalom, if I'm Lawrence Okolie, go to heavyweight. Go to heavyweight. Fuck it, why not? Maybe his fights become more watchable at heavyweight because he can't hold as much at heavyweight, and maybe that makes his fights better to watch. Basically, that's it, Dumame. Yeah, basically, you're right. 100%. Yeah. Zhang's got good hand speed for a big guy, good high guard defense, great counter punching and power. However, everything falls to shit when he gets gassed. Totally falls apart. Yep. I agree. He's a perfect sort of 6-round fighter, Zhilei Zhang. You can see why he did well in the amateurs, given his attributes, given his size, his speed, his power. You can see how he did well in the amateurs, Southpaw as well. Yeah, that's a great fight, by the way. That's an interesting fight. Andy Ruiz versus Zhili Zhang. That's a good fight. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I'd be happy with that. But yeah, if Zhang beats Joyce again, I wouldn't expect Zhang to really take any more fights after that. I think he'll wait on his Mando spot. Same with Joyce if Joyce wins. Because Joyce certainly won't fight again. Because Joyce was for Mando before the Zhang fight, and he decided to stay busy. And obviously he got stung. So, but I would rather see a fighter try to do that. If a fighter's a Mando, but he's not going to get called for a long time, I'd rather see a guy stay active, personally. So I take my hat off to Joe Joyce for doing that. And yes, it's backfired, but at least he's give us fans activity and some good fights. That's what I said about Tim Tszyu. He was supposed to fight Jermell Charlo start of this year. That fight was signed. Jermell Charlo then gets injured. Tim Tszyu being the mandatory, he can do one of two things. He can stay active or he can sit and wait for a shot. If he sat and waited for a shot, he would have waited out all this year only not to get the Jermell fight because Jermell's fighting Canelo. Instead, Tim Tszyu fought Tony Harrison, former world champion. He fought Carlos Ocampo, not a great fighter, but a guy who's been there or thereabouts. Now he's fighting Brian Mendoza. Regardless of Charlo, he's been keeping active. That's what more fighters should do. That's what more fighters should do. Tim Tszyu's a weird one. Tim Tszyu's growing on a lot of people. Stupidity, Kieran. If it's like, unless there's been some crazy mix-up, Kieran, it's pure stupidity. Pure stupidity. John Ryder's talking about fighting Golovkin next. I wouldn't mind seeing it. You know, John Ryder's after that sort of money fight. He's talked about Golovkin. He's talked about Benavidez. Golovkin's going to retire. Fight Golovkin in Kazakhstan, like final farewell fight. That'll be good. I'll watch that. Bro, Munguia's at 168 now, I think. Lyndon Arthur gets smoked. Lyndon Arthur has no chin. Yeah, Majidov had a lot of hype at one point in time. But he got beat early in his career. Yeah, watch out for these roadmans. Yeah, that was supposed to happen September. Yeah, but no announcement. Yeah, you're right. I hope it gets made. But yeah, if it does get made, I can't see it happening in September. And there was talking about having that fight in Turkey as well, which is weird. It's a weird location. Ryder beats Munguia with neutral judges. Very possibly, but I don't think it's guaranteed. I don't think it's guaranteed. I could still see Ryder getting outworked. Because that's one thing Munguia has over Ryder. He's got a superior work rate. He definitely has a better work rate. To me, it's whether Ryder can hurt Munguia. You reckon a 25 stretch? That'd be crazy, bro. See, this is where, if anybody's in the USA being held who is British, who we want back, you know, this is where you pull off a little fucking transfer. A little swap. A swap-a-rooney. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's my fight of the year, Gene. For 2023, that's my fight of the year. Munguia Derevyanchenko. Basically, Dumame, yeah, basically. Gassiev's Armenian now. Yeah, I've gone off Golovkin, man. I can't lie. What he did in that third fight to me was a disgrace. I see. You actually reckon it could be up to 25 years? A loaded gun on a plane in a country where guns are a no-no, 25 years. I don't know. If it just feels like too long. Feels too long. If I could box anybody in a boxing match, who would it be and why? It's not who or why, it's how much, basically. It's how much. I'd want decent money. Well, that's what I was saying, J7. Like, where did this gun, where did it materialize from? Did he bring it into the country first? How did this transpire? sorry, your old Dar, sorry. You may know this. Is there any security personnel in this country, like private security, who are licensed to carry guns? Because that's one of the only scenarios I could have thought of. Like maybe one of his security guys had a license to carry and he put the gun in the wrong bag or some crazy shit like that. I don't know. Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Bomac's definitely working in the kitchen, bro. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Okay, yes, but very rarely would private security be allowed. Okay. It just makes no sense, bro. Like, I'd fight anybody for 5 million. Hands, I'd fight anybody for 5 million. I'd fight somebody where my life could be on the line for 5 million. It's a boxing match, right? So chances are I won't die. $5 million's a lot of money. Oh yeah, no doubt, Taylor. No doubt. It's easier to buy guns than you think, even in Europe. Yeah, it is. That's the other thing I was thinking. Like, literally, was it like some sort of thing where he purchased like some sort of antique gun and he got caught with it? But that makes no sense either because it was loaded apparently. So probably not that. Yeah, I'd fight Makhmudov for 5 million, and I'd basically do my best Bogdan Dinu impression, lay down. Yeah, exactly. You can't carry a gun for self-defense in the UK, which makes it hard to have a gun license and carry in everyday life. Yeah. No, I wouldn't fight family. No. Yeah, people are getting sick of Fury, Joseph. People are getting sick of the lies and the nonsense. And people tolerated it for a long time. When he called it out 3 or 4 years ago, he was called a hater, this, that, and the third. But people are starting to see through it now. Yeah, bro. Do I think United got robbed yesterday? No. I think that's United fans just crying. And that summarises this club to a T. No accountability. Cowardly. We played well for 90 minutes, cool. As soon as that goal gets disallowed, heads drop. Happens every time. Cowardly. Cowardly, cowardly, cowardly. I saw fucking Rashford jump out of challenges, like 50-50s. Embarrassing. The fact we're bringing on Harry Maguire and Johnny Evans as our centre-back pairing for the last 20 minutes, disgusting. The fact we waited until the last day to bring in Amrabat, disgusting. The fact we spent 55 million on Mason Mount, disgusting. I'll be real, yeah? First season, Ten Hag. Won a trophy, got top 4. So, listen, I can't be Ten Hag out. However, there were 2 red flags for me. One was no play style. Even like I expected that to begin with, but even like as the season went on, there was no play style. We what would you say United's play style is? I can't put my finger on it. Second season, there's still no play style. But the other big red flag for me about Ten Hag is the talent ID. How do you go from Frankie de Jong being your primary midfield target to going to Mason Mount? How does that work? How does it work? You tell me. I'm very skeptical on Ten Hag, but this is the reality for me. I don't think it really matters who our manager is until the Glazers have gone. The debt, the dividends, the horrific business in the past is coming back to bite us to where we can't spend because of FFP. Players at that club have been there far too long. Players been given chances that don't deserve it. You now see like rumblings of uncertainty in the dressing room from Jadon Sancho. By the way, Jadon Sancho's a coward, multi-millionaire, getting paid 375 grand a week. Took 3 months out of last season to get his head straight, and had to get a personal trainer alongside to get himself back fit. But apparently, this guy trains hard. Get the fuck out of here, man! That guy's a coward. The whole squad is rotten. Even Rashford, PR king, star boy, bum. I don't care. Oh, we got 17 goals last season. The guy's footballing IQ is that of a fucking invalid. If we're going to be a transition team, you have to have high IQ players who can make the right decision, who picks the right decision in a quick moment. That's what transition is in football. You got to make the right decision very quickly. Liverpool were very good at that in their prime. Very good. They had players who could play those passes and take those chances and make those runs. We don't. We got a team full of individuals. A team full of individuals. But yeah, United are done out here, bro. We're done. We need to get rid of the Glazers. And at that point in time, I would gut the whole club, sack all the board, sack Murta, sack Richard Arnold, sack the scouting team, sack the manager, tear up contracts. I'd start again, bro. Harry Maguire's another bum, another fucking deluded fucking clown. Don't get me started on United. Don't get me started, bro. But yeah, people crying about the referee decisions from yesterday's game. Bro, clutching at straws. Arsenal deserve to win. We played well for 90 minutes. We did, but like not well enough. It's got to play to the final whistle. I honestly, a mil probably would be enough, bro. Because John Jones, if you're lucky, John Jones fucking strangles you and just chokes you out. We are finished, bro. But this club has got too many fucking... First and foremost, this is a lot of fan bases in England. They're too beta. This would not be like... So, like, imagine some of these players at Madrid. They'd be hounded out. They'd be hounded out. But, you know, these days you can't be critical of players because it's toxic and negative and this and that. Bro, Maguire should be booed until he fucking leaves this club. Unless he really drastically turns around his form and turns into Baresi overnight. Bro, this guy should be fucking booed until he's gone. His time here should be made a fucking misery until he goes. On some Madrista shit, you know? That's what it should be. Yeah, it's bad recruiting, bro. It's bad recruiting. And yeah, we didn't have the money to buy a centre-back, but still, bro. Sergio Ramos was available on a free. I know he's 38, but he's better than a 35-year-old Johnny Evans. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're looking for a quick fix. Yeah, true that, Duma, mate. Yeah, true that. When I say Weaver, I'm talking about the fan base more than anything. It's similar. I kind of view football fans similar to boxing fans. Yeah, too many zombies follow United, gas our players up. Yeah, the main one is Bruno. Like big football channels, I've heard big football channels say they would rather have Bruno in their team rather than Odegaard or even James Maddison because he's got goals and assists. Okay, cool. Is that if that's what's all? If that's listen, man, there's more to football than just goals and assists. And it's not like James Maddison hasn't put in numbers for years, by the way. And even Odegaard, like these guys are technically superior, better ball carriers, better pass pickers, can drift into space, can create space, can interplay. Bruno's a fucking long ball merchant, Hollywood pass merchant. That's what he is, penalty merchant. A lot of them are, bro. A lot of them are. Yeah, exactly, bro. He's a bum. I think he's a bum. Listen, he'll do a job for for a team in the right system. He'll do a job, right? But he's not what we need. Do you know where Bruno would have done well? Actually, no. I'll take that. Don't worry. Yeah, Bruno's not it. Bruno's not it. Yeah, low IQ. Yeah. Poor decision maker, Rashford. He can do what he did. He can do what he did against Arsenal for that goal, which is all well and good. But you look at the times he had the ball where he never played it. Like he never played in his man. He would hold on for it too long, try and get a shot away or whatever. He played against James Maddison in a school semi-final. He was arrogant back then. He's a good player, man. He's a good player. He's a good player. But yeah, most of the players our fans gas up. I don't rate. Like even Luke Shaw is another one. Even Luke Shaw, I don't rate. Luke Shaw's another cowardly footballer. Backs up like the goal we conceded, against Tottenham when he kept on backing off from Kulevetsky, whatever his name is. All you got to do is show that guy on his right foot he's useless, but he jockeys back, lets the guy get in our box, and he crosses it. They score. Cowardly defending. Luke Shaw's a dreadful defender. Dreadful defender. Yeah, he's decent technically, but dreadful defender. And yeah, another guy, pro athlete, can't keep his weight down. Bum. Absolute bum. Yeah, he looked pretty decent. But I'll be real, yeah, I kind of like the meltdown. And I like to trigger it as well. I like to trigger it. It's funny watching it. Yeah, it's crazy amount of money. Yeah, it's crazy the amount of money there is in sports. Most bench players make more than most CEOs of a normal company, barring huge companies. Yeah, exactly. There are some absolute bums who have become multi-millionaires from football. Absolute bums. Like a guy like I don't know, think of a name, fucking Darren Gibson or whatever. Michail Antonio to United. Bro, I've seen Weghorst play for us, man. So it's like, bro, probably would be better. Probably would be better. But yeah, football's dead now anyway. Football back in the day had characters. It had like fun characters who weren't like always concerned about PR and things like that. But every footballer these days, it kind of mirrors society. Like Nordic said, it's like a super normie environment now, football. But back in the day, there was characters, you know. But I think that's the same with boxing. Like there's manufactured characters now, but Michail Antonio is shocking. Wow. But yeah, there's not enough characters anymore, man. Yeah, Matt Letizia, I've got to give him credit, man. He's come out like all throughout COVID. Like he lost his job, like his punditry jobs. for speaking out. That guy is, yeah, big up to that guy, Matt Letizia. And the amount of abuse that guy got as well, man, is crazy. The amount of abuse he got just for sharing, speaking his mind. It's crazy. Fuck knows Nordic. I view it like women's boxing, just all forced. You can though with soccer now, Dumar May. There's a lot of football YouTubers now who are not like, they're like, you know how people do boxing YouTube. There's a lot of football football YouTubers now who make a lot of money. And the thing is with football YouTube, like you can build like a 10,000 sub channel and do really well in terms of like live streams, watch alongs, things like that. You can do really well as long as you got a webcam on, a couple of fancy graphics in the background, like a scoreboard. You're good. You're Gucci, and just play a character basically. Yeah, I've not played FIFA, Lee, in so long. The only time I play FIFA is sometimes when I'm around a mate's house. We'll play, we'll have a game. But aside from that, the last FIFA I bought, probably 2014. Long time, long time. But yeah, you can definitely make money on football YouTube. There's no doubt about it. Last FIFA I bought was 2003. Fucking hell. Oh, I thought you meant content creators, Dumar May. Sorry. I thought you meant content. I get what you're saying. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, boxing has the lowest barrier of entry. There's no doubt. Like, you can be shit and make a lot of money. You can be shit and make a lot of money. Like Dave Allen, by the way. Like Dave Allen. You can be shit and lazy and make a lot of money in boxing. We went there again. We went there again. But I'm going to get done for cyberbullying because of my critique of Dave Allen. I'm going to get a knock on the door from the police. We don't like what you've been saying online. Come down to the station, young man. Convicted of cyberbullying for criticizing Dave Allen, calling him a bum. Bro, see, like, I used to like doing I used to like trolling on FIFA online back in the day when I used to play on the 360 online. So you could play like a 1v1 with somebody. And what I would usually do is I would just go 1-0 up. So try and score the first goal. If I scored the first goal, I would then just pass it around at the back and not do anything with it. Just keep on passing it around at the back, until I started until he then pauses it, because you get like 3 pauses a game if you're playing online. He'll pause it. He'll send you like an abusive message, and you keep on doing it. It's so funny. It's so funny. Yeah. Come down to the station for re-education. Yeah. I know, right? That's how the world's going, bro. Bro, Lee. You laugh, I laugh, but that fight is probably more than likely on the horizon, bro. We've not seen the last of Dave Allen. We've not seen the last of him. I'm telling you now. I never knew the Dave Allen fucking rabbit hole was a content mine, but there you go. There you go. I liked the triggered comments, though, more than anything on the Dave Allen videos. you used to fight like an Ameribump. I used to do that on Fight Night Round 4, win the first round with a jab to the body and then just run. That's jokes. Yeah, also the standard of boxing journalism is fucking toilet. How half of these people are deemed professionals, I have no idea. Yeah, it's not just barrier, but like a low barrier of entry in regards to actual fighters. It's also, like you say, in regards to the journalists, like Gareth A. Davis, for example, how that guy has has conned a living out of boxing for so long is insane. But it goes to show what the promoters are looking for. They're looking for guys who will toe the line and put whatever story out there, this, that, and the third, damage control. Like Gareth A. Davis' damage control mission after Tyson Fury didn't take the Usyk fight was embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. But you know, they're not journalists. They're not. None of these guys are, as far as I'm concerned. Same goes for the boxing interviewers. None of these guys ever truly stick it on the promoters. Not really. Nah, I've not played it, Beast. I've not played it. I want to, but I don't have a PC good enough to play it, unfortunately, right now. I think he's just a paid shill, bro. I think Gad will yeah, he'll say whatever for the right price. Maybe he is a Fury fucking shill, sorry, a Fury fanboy, but I doubt it. I think he's just doing it for money. Bro, yeah. You can't trash talk on games now. You can't trash talk. Back in the day, bro, Xbox 360, Modern Warfare 2, those lobbies were lit. You heard every insult under the sun. Every insult under the sun. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Yeah, exactly, Josh. But people get fooled by like this is the thing with modern football fans. They get fooled by goals and assists and things like that, but it's not just about that. It's about the overall contribution. I can take that if you're a striker, you're an out and out like you're an out and out striker. Goals are the main barometer of how good you are. Rashford is a left winger. There's more to judge his game on, and for me, aside from getting some, he has got goals in him. Aside from that, I don't think his contributions are all that great. I think he's average technically, poor first touch, poor decision making, etc. Yeah, me too, Nordic. I don't game at all. Well, aside from like when I stream on the other channel, but that's it. Exactly, Lee. Yeah, man. I miss those days. I miss those days. Yeah, the days of somebody threatening to shank you after passing the ball around the back are gone. Yep. Yeah, when the chavs on COD said, I'll murk you, yeah, they'd insult your fucking family and you'd insult their family. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. Yeah, I know somebody. This is my favorite one. I know somebody who works for Xbox, so I can get your IP address, all that shit. Or I know a hacker. I know a hacker who's going to take your account. That was another one. I know a hacker. I know a hacker. Yep, bro. Those were the days, man. You can't really trash talk in any game now. Like Lee said, they have software now, like monitoring what you say. Like the new games, anyway. The newer games do. Yeah, the snowflakes wouldn't survive back in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby. That's what made the game fun, though. It wasn't just like the games were better then, but it wasn't just that. Like the whole online like experience on Xbox 360 was so fucking fun because everybody got the shitty fucking mic that came with the console. Everybody basically in game lobby, unless they was in a party chat, had a mic. And honestly, some of the shouting matches I had as a kid on Xbox were so fun. Just staying up till like 3 in the morning insulting people. Yeah, man, newer games are shit, bro. Newer games are shit. Yeah, the old Modern Warfare 2 lobbies were fucking anarchy, yeah. But it was good fun, man. There was good fun. Nobody got super upset by it. It was what it was. It was part of a game back then. It's an 18 plus game. Do you know what I mean? It's an 18 plus game. There was some disabled kid in my school that would go around threatening to hack people's Minecraft. See, that's a game I never played as a kid, Minecraft. I never used to like that sort of shit. Once I got to about, as soon as I got the 360, I got the 360 when I was 13. And that's when I kind of found online gaming. And basically from 13 to 16, I gamed way too much. And once I hit 16 though, I basically stopped gaming. And the only gaming I do now is when I stream on Twitch, on the other channel. And occasionally I'll play Football Manager. That's really it now. That's really it. But yeah, I do miss those days though. I do miss those days. Coming home from school, getting on Call of Duty, and just shouting at people down the mic, calling them every name under the sun. Every name under the sun. You try to ascertain like some sort of like an area where you could insult them, and you would. I don't know about I don't know about the Minecraft creator. I heard Ahsoka, but I never played it. I never played it. The only game I know I would get back into if I get a better PC would be DayZ, which is like a survival game. It's like an online survival game. But yeah, but even then I'd get bored after a couple of days. Yeah, the Xbox squeakers. Do you remember those guys? The squeakers. There'd always be that kid who's like 12 years old on mic. The old squeakers. PS1 games. What was my favorite PS1 games? I was a Crash Bandicoot kid. I can't lie. Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2 and 3. I really liked. I liked the original Crash Bandicoot trilogy. See, I know Nordic's a Spyro guy, but I preferred Crash Bandicoot personally. I felt the worlds in Crash Bandicoot were better. I've never played PUBG, bro. Never played it. Escape from Tarkov, yeah, I know I've seen a bit of that, but yeah, I've never played it. Yeah, Silent Hill were good. I liked Silent Hill 2, I think it was. Yeah, I wouldn't mind going back and playing Crash Bandicoot. I know they remastered them. See, that's something I'd probably play on stream when I get a better PC on Twitch. I'll probably play like the Crash Bandicoot remasters. So I think apparently that there's all these remasters. Usually it's like a massive cash grab, but apparently they did a pretty good job with the Crash Bandicoot remasters. Yeah, me too. Crash 2, I felt Crash 2 was the best game as well. There was that one level on Crash 1 that was such a pain in the ass. It was like the castle. It looked like it was like a castle level where you had to like climb up the castle kind of thing, and it was really weird. There's like load of platforms and shit. So frustrating. I forgot what the level was called, but it was so fucking frustrating. What software do I use for Twitch? OBS, Streamlabs. Yeah, Streamlabs OBS. That's what I need to do. I actually need to do that. I'll try and find like an emulator. I need to try and find like an emulator, Segar, so I can play like older games on Twitch. Like I wouldn't mind playing through the old GTAs again. Yeah, they added it to the remake. Yeah. Are they actually making a Silent Hill 2 remake? Yeah, that game was, to me, that was the best Silent Hill. To me, that was the best Silent Hill. Is it a shot-for-shot remake, do you think? I hope it is. I hope it is. Goes to show, though, it goes to show how little ideas development companies have now. Everything's remakes and this, that, and the third. I don't mind. I think remakes in games serve more purpose than remakes in movies, personally. I feel like with me, at least, there's more nostalgia with games. Plus, it's cool to see them get like a fresh coat of paint. I'm not necessarily like a big graphics guy, but I don't know. It's cool to see old games come back to life to a certain degree. Like there are some games they did a good job over the remakes, but I never played Sims, bro. Yeah, I heard the Resident Evil 4 remake was good. Yeah, I heard it was good. I've heard they've done a good job with all the remakes. To be honest, that's what I've heard anyway. I've heard all the Silent Hill remakes are pretty good. They've done good work on them. See, I'll tell you a bad example of a remake were the well, not a remake. I mean remaster, by the way. Like the GTA remasters were terrible. Like the GTA remasters were so bad. They made the games look cleaner, but they looked worse than the originals. Yeah, back in the day, I remember like modded PS2s. I think there was like called like chipped PS2s, something like that. Yeah, I never got into Sims either. I never played it, so just not my game. But yeah, gameplay is most important, no doubt. Yeah, no, yeah, the GTA originals, yeah, no need to remaster. And the thing is, Seagar, man, they just looked horrible. Like one of the things about the GTA games, especially San Andreas, was the fog they used. It kind of like distracted from like the low level of technology they had to use back in the day, but it made the game atmospheric. And once they got rid of like the fog and like the smogginess, it kind of like exposed the whole map. Like you had a real, I guess, long field of view, and it looked terrible. I can't explain it in gaming terms because I don't know what I'm talking about, but I can envisage it in my head. Fuck's sake. But yeah, it's all about trying to get that bag, isn't it? That's all these companies care about. They'll try and get a cheap buck and bro, I don't know. I don't play. I don't. Again, I don't. I've not played any modern games. Yeah, it made the maps feel smaller. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's what it looked like from the gameplay I was seeing. It made the maps look smaller. Yeah, it was a way to make the game feel bigger. Yeah. To me, bro, the best game I've played, honestly, in terms of like, it depends on what you're looking for, right? Everyone's got different tastes. But the most invested I've been in a game was like when I played DayZ. There's something about that game. Every life is different. You can meet cool people. Like you can find good gear. You can run into people that are cool, friendly, whatever. You can lose it all. It's like super, like, it's real tense. And I enjoyed that, but I just didn't have a good PC to really enjoy it. I think if I get a better PC, I'd get into it because I'd kind of want to stream that. Because like anything goes in that game, so you could meet somebody, you could like, you know, work out a plan to go to this location, that location, get supplies, this, that, and the third. And for all you know, like 2 hours in your session after meeting this guy, he can shoot you in the back and take everything, and you start again. That's what I like about that game. It's completely up to you. And that was my style as well. So I used to try to befriend people. And it was one of those things. If I liked the person I was talking to, I'd like just leave it. But if I didn't like mesh with them, I'd just kill them and take their shit after a while. But yeah, DayZ's a fucking fun game. It's a fun game. That's one of those games. It's like what you make of it, kind of thing. See, my favorite Hitman was Silent Assassin. I used to love that game as a kid. I think that's the second Hitman, because it starts on that level where the game, I think it starts and like the Padre gets captured, right? Yeah, that's Hitman 2. That was my favorite one. That was my favorite Hitman game. I used to be really, really, really shit at it, like really bad at it as a kid. But I just have so many good memories of like playing Hitman 2 for some reason. And the first level just sticks out in my mind. I don't know why. Yeah, I never completed it, Nordic, as a kid. See, that's a game. See, this is a great shout. It's good talking about this because I don't have a great PC, so it's hard for me to find games to play on PC. Hitman Silent Assassin could be a fun game to play on stream. Might play it. I've not played the newer Hitmans. I've not played the newer ones. Because they did the thing, didn't they, where they released them episodically, I think. I don't know how they turned out. I never looked into them, but bro, my PC specs are not great. I don't know my specs, but they're not great. So I could basically, so DayZ, I can kind of play it okay on my own, but when I stream it, it gets really choppy and laggy. So I need a better PC, bro. If I'm to stream better games, I need a better PC. Because a PC, it's something I can justify, because I wouldn't just use it for streaming. Obviously, I do the other shit I do, but yeah, me too, Nordic. Just give me the game in one. Yeah, I'm the same, bro. I think it's just one of those things to try and get more money in it, generate more money. Yeah, the new Hitman games have got some good maps, but some get overused. Yeah, I know nothing about them. But yeah, Hitman to me was the more creative, the better. Like, the more creative the kills, or the more intricate the level design. It's probably a game that as a kid I didn't appreciate, but going back I'd like to play them, to be honest with you. Nordic, have you thought of like streaming games? I don't know why you don't do that. Leewood versus Stephen Fulton. Don't know, mate, to be honest. Leewood might knock him out, actually. You never know. But Lee Wood could get out hustled. I don't know, really. I just feel like Lee Wood's there for the taking. I feel like, I don't know why. I'm basing this on nothing because he performed well last fight, but I think that was a depleted Lara. I've got a feeling Lee Wood's probably on his last legs. Yeah, man, you should. Yeah, you should. But if you do it, like, I probably wouldn't recommend doing it on YouTube. I don't know, actually. Maybe you should, but don't do it on Twitch. I kind of made that mistake on my other channel. I went to Twitch, but if I had my time again, I'd have done it on Kick. But there you go. Like, Kick's it's like Twitch basically, but you can say a lot more. You can do a lot more. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised I've not been banned on Twitch yet. Because I always delve into like random fucking topics of like, I don't know, conspiracies and shit, and I talk kind of reckless on it after a while. And Twitch are a lot worse than YouTube, by the way. Twitch are a lot worse than YouTube. A lot worse. It's not even close. But Kick, you can say a lot more. They're a lot more lenient. But yeah, I'm surprised I've not even had a ban yet on Twitch. I think it's because I don't get enough viewers, so it's not going to go far. But yeah, it's fun. I find streaming fun. I can't lie. I do like the element of streaming. I just wish I chose a different platform. Stream a FIFA pack opening, yeah. But yeah, the plan for me, I'll take streaming more seriously when I get a new PC. So I could buy one right now, but I'm funny with money, man. I always think things can change, kind of thing. So I don't really want to make a massive financial commitment. So I'd want to buy a decent PC. So it's like, yeah, we'll just keep plugging away. I'm using the Twitch money to like buy it, basically. That's what I'll do. Or like go half on it, like put half deposit down and then just pay the rest. I've never watched KSI or W2S. Not sure who they are. Well, I know who KSI is, sorry, but I don't know who the other guy is. Is there any fights this weekend, by the way? I think we might have gone through this at the start of the stream. I don't think there is. Sorry, I've got hiccups. Oh, fucking hell, Nick Webb's making his return, by the way. Nick Webb, the heavyweight, if you remember him. He's making his return. There you go. We've got the return of Nick Webb this weekend. Fucking hell. Nasty Nick Webb. Jesus. Yeah, there's no fights this weekend. There's no fights this weekend at all, I don't think. Just looking through now. Don't look like it. Zawa Abdulayev versus Roman Andreev in Russia. That's a decent fight. That's really it, though. Nordics boy Jay McFarlane's fighting for the Scottish area title. Is that this weekend? Luis Alberto Lopez, Joet Gonzalez? Because I can't see that shit on BoxRec. I can't see that on BoxRec. Let me look through again. Oh, 15th. Okay, next week. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's nothing this week, basically. There's basically nothing. Oh well, it's what it is. Quiet weekend. Yeah, yeah. The greatest Scottish heavyweight since Gary Cornish. I can't believe Gary Cornish. Honestly, I don't even believe he won a British title. I can't believe it because he beat Sam Sexton, I think, for the British title. It's crazy. He was terrible, man. Absolutely dreadful. That guy. Because I remember seeing that guy's name on BoxRec for so long, Gary Cornish, and I'd never seen him fight. He had this crazy record, like 25-0, but he fought cream puffs, man. Absolute cream puffs. Was Joshua his last fight, Gary Cornish? Did he fight again after that? Only 36, by the way. He's only 36 now. No, he lost to he lost to Sam Sexton for the British title. So no, he was never a British champion. Sorry, no, he lost to Gary. Yeah, he lost to Sam Sexton. Now I remember, yeah, because he lost to Joshua first, and then he lost to Sam Sexton. Okay, cool. There you go. Yeah. You see, his career was so fucking forgetful. Yeah, next week sadly is going to be a boring weekend. Yeah, content's going to be a struggle, bro. I can't keep on insulting Dave Allen for a week. I can't keep on doing that. Yeah, content's going to be a struggle for the next week. Maybe we could do the Charlo Canelo prediction, get it out of the way. I don't know. Bernardo Lopez. Gonzalez is tough, but yeah, Lopez for me overwhelms him. Probably doesn't stop him, but yeah. Yeah, he was a big guy who could punch, but had a glass chin and no defense. He was a way worse version of David Price. Yeah, David Price would have gone through him like a doorway. They're my favourite heavyweights, though. You know the heavyweights that can punch a bit but are super chinny? They're kind of fun to watch. Yeah, that would be a good fight. Both guys are small, both guys are awkward, both guys are aggressive, both guys fire shots from silly angles. Good fight. Probably would, you know. Yeah, he was bad. There are plenty more I can insult, but yeah, it has to be topical though, right? It has to be topical. So I'd rather insult somebody who's in like the limelight at that moment. And obviously someone who deserves it as well. I'm not just gonna like insult people for no reason. Not even insult. I'm not insulting them, but I don't know. I just feel sometimes you got to be real with it and tell it like it is. And I can kind of put it on to where it's a bit like, how do I say, a little bit. Maybe some people would say I've gone too far with the Dave Allen thing, but I don't think so. Basically, yeah, just push it. It's weird though, Beast LFC. I've just got no energy for Tyson Fury. I can't lie. I'm past the point to like get upset about it now. Bro, that would be a content gold mine. Dave Allen versus Alan Babbage. That would be a content gold mine. Yeah, I could have done something with Bomac. But again, it's something that I'm not interested in, so it's kind of hard to get that energy to make that sort of video. So with Dave Allen, I genuinely can't stand the guy, so it was easy making that sort of video. Same with like Tony Bellew when I went in on him. With videos like that, I just don't think I could fake those sort of videos. And also at some point, I need to actually put more effort into this channel in regards to like making the videos look a bit better. But that's another thing. I have thought about doing some videos in the style of my other channel. So like I've said this before. So like maybe like a biographic of a fighter whose career was cut short due to tragic circumstances, such as Edwin Valero, for example. I think that could be a fun project. I think that could be a fun project where I could implement what I do on the other channel and have it here. Yeah, basically, JD, you're right. Yeah, he's a man-child, Dave Allen. I agree. I totally agree. I totally agree. But yeah, I'd like to do a couple of those sort of biographic type of videos. Not necessarily a career review, but the whole review. So like upbringing, things like that, where they grew up, amateur career, early pro career, this, that, and the third. Just as much information as possible, cover their careers, outside the ring antics, and that sort of thing. I think that'll be pretty cool. No. Nah, Shane, nah. Even Chisora now would beat Dave Allen comfortably. He would beat Dave Allen comfortably, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad for this channel anyway. A lot of people weren't happy with it, though, I'll tell you that much. Which is what I want, really. It's kind of what I wanted. But yeah, I feel that's my best work, is when I rant. So that's why I kind of enjoy it as well. I kind of enjoy it. Just to shit talk for sport and get under people's skin. I kind of like doing it. I feel like I can do it well as well. I should probably take the channel down that route. Just be more provocative with it. Have some fun with it, I guess, right? But I don't really want to become a character either, kind of thing. I still want to talk about boxing on a regular as well. If it's fights I'm interested in. But yeah, it's one of those things. I've got to make it a bit fun sometimes for myself. Because I have enjoyed uploading on the boxing side more over like the last 6 weeks or so. Basically, like since Inoue Fulton fight week, Crawford Spence fight week, I've enjoyed uploading a lot more for some reason. I feel like you've got a similar quality, Nordic. I feel like when you go on your rants about whatever it is, whatever fighter or fight, whatever, I feel like you've got that ability as well to trigger people. Because I know I do. I definitely know I do. And I do like doing it. I do like doing it. I can't lie. Because I always see it always like makes me like smile. Because as soon as I saw that Dave Allen video do well, I had to check the comments. And as soon as I saw, oh, you've never done it before, you've never boxed before, it literally made me smile, like grinning like a Cheshire cat. It's fucking, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's not around anymore, Shane Murphy. But so Nordic's won, by the way. He is around. Check out Nordic Warrior. But a channel back in the day, UC Productions, I really liked. Not even for boxing. He used to go on rants about just the world in general, but he was a cool channel. Yeah. That's why I did the follow-up video to the Dave Allen video, because I felt it was necessary to kind of put it into a simple explanation of why I call Dave Allen a bum. And most people agreed. Most people agreed. There's still some derps who like come back with like the regular, oh, you've never boxed before. But that's the issue, though. I think a lot of boxing fans were just conditioned to accept mediocrity. Like boxers are these sacred like beings who can't be criticized no matter what they do. Despite us, being the customers and they are serving the product, any other service, any other avenue of entertainment, if a product isn't good, you voice your displeasure. Same with any other sport. If a football team's doing bad, the fans voice their displeasure. Why don't boxing fans do it? It's weird. Boxing fans have basically been brainwashed into, like I said, accepting mediocrity. Yeah, exactly. You've never laced up a pair. Who are you to criticize them? Exactly. That's my favorite one. Yeah. We may start going in on we may do a series on that. That's another little angle I might play. So Andrade when he fights Benavidez, I might try and push this phrase like beta boxing. Because it's just ugly as fuck, that style of fighting. I think you can box and move and look good with it and look clean with it. But there's running, man, and there's holding and mauling and fouling. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, good knockout by Jack Cullen. See, that's a great example. So Jack Cullen's a guy who doesn't have the greatest skills, but he always comes to fight. He always throws punches. Yes, he's had setbacks. Yes, he's been knocked out. But every opportunity he gets, I feel like he's made the most of it. Whether he wins or loses, he won't leave any stone unturned. Do you know what I mean? He won't leave any stone unturned, and that's all I ask for as a fight fan. I don't. It's not again. It's not about ability or lack thereof. It's not about ability or lack thereof. It's about whether you apply yourself and try. That's all it is, really. If I see a guy who's trying his best, no matter his skill level, I'm cool with it. That's why I don't call Kamil Sakalovsky a bum, although he's a journeyman with a sub 500 record. He actually tries. Do you know what I'm saying? And as the saying goes, like I said in the video, God loves a trier. That's a great best channels who cover corruption in boxing. I think Fight Film's up there. Channel called Fight Film. Yeah, that makes sense, Nathan. Yeah, Heffron versus Chelly and Mark Jeffers versus Cullen. Yeah, either in the same stable, so it won't happen. Okay. Yeah, the Marku fight was a blowout. Yeah, he won in one round. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Marku fight Chris Kongo maybe, or even Marku versus what's that guy's name? He's got a beta style himself. What's that beta guy? Oh fuck. Well, oh wait, Michael McKinson. Michael McKinson. That'd be a decent fight, I guess. Because McKinson, yeah, he can't punch, but actually, I'll take the beta style back. He's a mover, but he will mix it up. I'll take it back. Yeah, Marku needs to be moved slowly, in my opinion. But there you go. Josh Taylor's too much for Marku. Honestly, I'd like to see Josh Taylor versus Conor Benn at welterweight. That's what I would like to see. But we're going to get Conor Benn versus Eubank, I think. I think that's the one that makes sense, Nathan. But I don't think Marku will take it. I think he'll view Congo as low, high risk, low reward. Because Congo's not great, but he can crack a bit. Yeah, Jay Prince is definitely a suspect character, to say the least. No doubt. Yeah, Jared Anderson's getting that star treatment. Yeah. I think Jared Anderson is so fucking green, though. Like, so green. He's got, like, athletic ability, but he's so fucking raw. And his last fight as well, man. Just low blowing the shit out of that guy, Rudenko. He needs a lot of time, Jared Anderson. A lot of time. If I was managing him, I wouldn't be stepping him up anytime soon. Put it that way. Yeah, he said he's not here to make legacy. He's here to make money. If he's being serious about that, then that's not really the best mindset. It's not really the best mindset. Do you know what, Shane? I think that fight would be really ugly. Too, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Catterall is fighting fucking what's his name, Jorge Linares next. That's such a poor fight. Such a poor fight. Yeah, he would be a good fight for Shiraz. Yeah, Liam Williams would be a good fight for Shiraz. Yeah. But I think Shiraz Bentley is the fight to be made. I agree. I agree. I find it hard to judge Hamza Shiraz. I think he's got skills. I think he's got skills, Hamza Shiraz, and he's big as well. He carries a bit of power, but he's so untested. So untested. Whereas Denzel Bentley, to me, is like he's gone through the domestic scene. He got smoked by Felix Cash. He's rebounded at domestic level, went up and fought Janibek, lost, but put in a good account of himself. Bentley is a seasoned guy at this point, probably a bit above British level, maybe like fringe European level. So I don't know. That's a good fight. That's a good fight for Shiraz. That is one thing about Shiraz. He's very upright. He's very upright. I do wonder, man, because Bentley can punch, and Shiraz has been down, and Bentley can punch. I wouldn't be shocked if like Bentley went in there and exposed him. To be honest with you, because again, I'm not saying Bentley is like some special fighter because he's not, but at domestic level, he's good. He is pretty good at domestic level. You could easily see him maybe winning a European title at some point. Yeah, I agree, Lee. Yeah, McKenna sucks. I don't like him. I don't rate either one of them. There's two of them. There's Aaron McKenna, and there's another one who's not great either. Is it Stephen McKenna? Adofia Conway's a good middleweight fight. That's a good fight. Fiaz versus Bellotti. I don't really rate either guy. Fiaz to me, pillow fisted fighter. Looks a bit soft for my money. Bellotti's a tough guy, but always comes up short. It's his best. It's like Fiaz's best opponent so far. It could be fun, but listen, man, I don't really expect Fiaz to go far. Regardless, it could be a fun little fight. It could be a fun little fight. To tell you the truth, Shane, I've not seen Gulateri fight before. I know he's recently beat Falcao, but I've yet to go back and watch it or like watch any of his previous fights. So I can't comment on Gulateri. I can't comment on him. So yeah, I'd have to go and watch his fights. But I'd imagine Janibek's a level above. I'd imagine. Because if he was some precocious talent, I would have heard of him. Gulateri is European level at best. Janibek by KO. Oh, hello. Is that actually signed? I know Lee was talking about this earlier, but I didn't think it was signed. Because if that's the case, that may just be fight of the year contender. Okay, yeah, so according to rumours, Subriel Matias versus Shoajon Ergashev is expected to take place on October the 14th. Interesting. That will be a hell of a fight. Okay, so Bermac to remain in remand until his court appearance next Monday. Okay. We'll see. But now, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. We've been going for 2.5 hours. I'm going to get to bed, I think. But yeah, have a great weekend. Have a great week, guys. It's only fucking Monday. Jesus. Yeah, have a great week, guys. I will try and get a couple more videos in the week up. I may try and get the Charlo Canelo video out the way. I may try and get that done this week, and we'll see what else comes up. You know, we may talk about Conor Benn, Chris Eubank as well, potential future fight. May do a couple of videos this week, may keep it simple. I don't know yet. We'll see. But yeah, have a great week, guys. All that good stuff. Stay safe. Peace out, guys. Have a great one.